All right, guys, and welcome to week 3, Quantum Manifestation University. This is Jordan, aka Infinite Abundance, the Galactic Guardian 369. The whole universe is on my side. What's up, guys? In this recorded training video, we're going to be diving deep into the subconscious mind. Just so you know, I got my kombucha. We're going to get right into it, my brothers and sisters. We're going to get into the subconscious mind. What is the subconscious mind? Realize this, guys. Your conscious mind, your creative mind, you're making decisions, right? Where you're like, okay, this is my choice. I'm going to make, boom. That's only 5% of the day. 90 to 95% of your day is on autopilot, all right? You're making decisions, not even knowing why you're making the decisions. That's your subconscious mind. You see, in your subconscious mind right now is either working for you or against you. Okay, so by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to train your subconscious mind so that it works for you instead of against you. You're going to learn how to set up your environment for success. You're going to learn how to get rid of old beliefs that don't serve you. You're going to learn how to create new beliefs that do serve you. You're going to learn some very powerful affirmations, how to use affirmations, why they actually work, right? By the end of this session, you're going to know all that stuff and probably even more. We're going to see what God's going to flow through me. So with that being said, guys, let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen. Those of you guys that don't know, whether you don't remember, like I said, once again, my name is Jordan. About 3 years ago, I was a college dropout, living in my parents' house, working as a pizza delivery driver. Didn't know what I wanted to do with life. I know I wanted more, but I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the belief. I didn't feel like I had the right information. I wasn't comfortable at all. I didn't even really have a mentor. I was afraid to ask a question. I was insecure to reach out to people. But I realized, I had a realization that, hey, if I wanted this Forex thing to work or this network marketing thing to work, I'm going to have to do things differently. I'm going to have to think a different way. I'm going to have to take different types of actions. I had to get to that realization. So as you guys know, in week 1, we went over clarity. We went over making a decision. We went over knowing what we don't want, turning our back on it, and now knowing what we do want. So you should have a couple things with you right now. You should have your name card with you right now. You should have your whiteboards behind you. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you to put the basics on the whiteboard as well. Put the 4 basics of success on the whiteboard if you have an extra whiteboard. If you don't, put it on a piece of paper, print it out, tape it on your wall. Whatever you got to do, man, by all means necessary, man. What does it take to be successful? Whatever it takes, okay? Whatever it takes, right? It's not about what we're getting. It's not about all the things we get. Maybe it is for you, but it's more so about the person we become in the process of achieving success and manifesting the life that we want, okay? So have all those things ready. Have your notebook right now. Have your notebook out and your pen. And as you guys know, we do this every single time, every single week, so long that I remember it. Is let's get these 20 push-ups in. Let's get our state changed, get our blood flowing to our brain, and let's get let's get it, baby. 20 push-ups. Yes, sir. All right, make sure you guys are feeling good right now. It's the most important thing, feeling good right now, right? So let's get right into it. The Subconscious Mind Quantum Manifestation University. Week number 3, the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind. What is that? It's like how do you get what you want? How to get what you want? How to get what you want? How to accidentally think about your goals. Wouldn't that be nice if your mind is just drifting off to La La Land and your mind just happened to drift off to your goal? Wouldn't that be awesome? Instead of thinking about unproductive things accidentally or just getting distracted all the time, what if your distraction was your goal? What if like you're walking around your apartment or your house and you just accidentally look at your chief aim? You're like, oh yeah, that's my chief aim. Okay, what's the next logical step? Right, oh yeah, or I can feel good right now, right? And what's going to happen? You're going to create it, right? Because you get what you think about most of the time, okay? So we're going to go over, guys, right now. We're going to go over, wow, this is exciting, guys. This is some very powerful information that's changed my life. I'm going to do my best right now to actually share with you guys some stories on where I was before, so you can kind of see the process I went through, right? I'm going to share with you guys how my room was before. This is how my room was before, okay? right? I was with my parents, right? Room was a mess. I had clothes on the floor. I had trash on my desk, papers, pens everywhere, completely a mess. I was a sloth. Okay, I was a sloth. And here's the thing, guys. When you have a cluttered environment, you have a cluttered mind. When you have a tidy environment, you have a tidy mind, right? Whatever you think about, like clear mind equals clear focus. Okay, isn't that exciting? So you want to tidy up your room, right? That's the first thing I'll tell you to do is tidy it up. Tidy it up. You know, and I learned through the process of these last couple of years a couple of things, right? And when I first made that change, so I really want to paint this picture in your head. What did I do when I was in that situation? Because I know a lot of you guys right now, you're probably in a similar situation to what I was, right? You're working a job. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. It's not the point, right? We learn to love what we do as much as we can, but what do we really want? Right? Let's not settle for less than what we truly deserve, right? Whatever you want, that's what you fucking deserve, bro. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't care what your parents say. I don't care what your friends say. I don't care what anyone says, bro. You deserve and you are worthy of anything that you want. Anything. It does not matter what it is. All right? Tidy it up. Tidy up your room. Okay? What did I do? I cleaned my room. I ate healthy. Right? I began fasting. I began meditating. I organized my books. I wrote down my goals every day. You know, you probably heard this stuff before, guys, but look, guys, write this down. Write this down. And I've been here. I'm not judging you, right? To know and not to do is not to know. A lot of us, we think we know. We think we know what to do, but we don't always do what we know. You see? And realize this, guys. You know, people will say knowledge is power, but it's not actually true. It's actually applied knowledge is power. And remember this, guys. We can only apply what we remember. We can only apply what we remember, okay? And how are we going to remember something, guys? We're going to keep it in plain sight. Keep important information, goals, habits maybe, to-do list maybe, keep your next logical step, right? Your chief day, keep it important. Whatever's important for you, keep it in plain sight. Keep it in plain sight, right? Because remember this, guys, write this down. Out of sight is out of mind, okay? So when it comes to your subconscious mind and becoming successful, thinking about what you want automatically, your goal is to accidentally think about your goal, okay? Accidentally think about your goal. You want to think about your goal most of the time or all of the time. That's how you create it, right? Depending on how bad you want it or how fast you want it to come in, that's how much you're going to focus on it. If you focus on it all the time, it's going to come in quicker. You don't care that much, you don't have a burning desire for it. I got the best you can. Anyway, moving forward, how are you going to set up your actual environment? There's a couple things you can do. What I found to be very powerful is whiteboards. I began writing down information on whiteboards. Okay, why do I like whiteboards? Because it's big. You can erase it. You can change it whenever you want. You can put it in different locations. You know, and it's easy to keep it in sight. Okay, it's easy to keep in sight, easy to keep in mind. You can also use index cards are really good. You can take index cards. Like, let's say you don't have the money for whiteboard, or you feel like index cards is better. Index cards is fine. And this work is really powerful. Is you print out images. Print images of what you want or what you potentially will want. Right? And a lot of people will call this a dream board. But really, guys, what you want to get to is not only a dream board, but a dream environment. That's where it gets powerful. A dream environment. Okay. So there's a couple places where you're going to want to print these images, and this is what I have done. This is what I still do today because it works. Okay. You're going to want to put images / word. Okay. In a couple places. You're going to put it in your car, in your kitchen, in the living room, in the bedroom, on your mirror, in the bathroom. Okay. You guys get it? Anywhere and everywhere that you can see it. Okay? Do it. Just do it. Okay? It's going to keep you focused. Okay? It's going to get you to think about what you want, and it's going to inspire you. It's called dream building, guys. You see, if you're ever unmotivated, I'll ask you two questions. Number one, what's your chief pain? Number two, who you listen to? And I'm going to ask you another question. When's the last time you dreamed of? When's the last time you visited a dealership that you have a car you wanted to drive? When's the last time? When's the last time you went to an open house? Right? Go to open houses, right? Go to open houses, visit dealerships. That's you showing the universe, right? This is dream building, guys. Dream building 101. This is you showing the universe that number one, you're worthy, and number one, that, hey guys, back, it was a couple months ago. It's been like a month or two. I've been to the mountain. And some of you guys know about the mountain home that I've been wanting to get for a long time. Is that I actually went into one of these homes. It was a $3 million home. Do I have the money for it right now? No, but it doesn't matter, because if you experience it physically, it tunes your vibration to that frequency. You know what it looks like, you know what it feels like, you know what it smells like, you know what it tastes like. So it becomes more real. Yes, printing an image and physically seeing it is great. When you go into actual locations and physically touch things and experience not only things that you want, but people that you want to be like, it changes everything for you. So back in 2018, I had not made any money yet in Forex or network marketing. I had not made any money. I was in for 6 months. I didn't have that much belief in myself, but what I did was I decided to go to a conference. I decided to go to a seminar, okay? And when I went to that seminar, I was afraid. I was insecure. I didn't know if it was going to be worth it. I was like, is this going to waste my time? I'm afraid to go. I'm insecure. Am I going to be awkward? Like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself. And I just went anyway. Did I have to drink some alcohol to loosen up? Yes, I did. But did I still go? Yes. Okay. And I met these people who are making 6 figures and 7 figures. And that changed everything for me. Because one thing I realized, one thing I remembered from watching and listening to Joel Osteen, see audios, right? You got to feed your mind. Was that what he said is that God will never expose you to something you can't have for yourself, right? And one thing I remember from Steve Harvey is he said, exposure creates the desire for more. You see, if you're exposed to something more than you currently have, it's going to create the desire to actually get it. And that desire is going to push you to stay focused, right? Your chief aim gives you a purpose, right? It gives your life meaning. Like on a fundamental level, what I always say is like, the only meaning life has is the meaning you put on it. You're like, everything in life is fundamentally neutral. Okay, so when you use your mind, you have a goal, you have a chief aim, you have a purpose, you give your life meaning, you give yourself something to go after. It makes your life meaningful and powerful and exciting, right? Goals stand for go out and live. That's David Emery. Goals stand for go out and live, man. Go out and live, man. That's what I encourage you to do. Go out and live. Put your goal everywhere. Get your chief aim card, get your whiteboards out, print out your images and put them all over your environment. You can see behind me, this isn't even where I live. This isn't even my home base. And I still have whiteboards up. I still have images up. I was staying in a hotel for like a couple of months ago, right? What did I do? I still have whiteboards up. I still had images up. No matter what it's going to take to focus, stay focused, guys. Stay focused, man. Because what you think about the most, you're going to become. So I'll save this here. We're going to the next slide, right? We're going to be talking about beliefs, right? So let's get into beliefs. Let's define a belief. What is a belief? A belief is nothing more than a thought that you think repeatedly. That is what a belief is. So there are different types of beliefs. There are unconscious beliefs or programs, and there are consciously created beliefs and programs. That's the 2 types of programs, okay? They're the ones you got from your childhood, the first 7 years of life, when your brain waves were in theta. You had no ability, you had no intellect to accept or reject an idea. You just automatically accepted whatever went in there. They're not good enough. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people go to hell. All these beliefs that are stopping you from becoming successful. Now, we're not going to get into who put these beliefs into our field. It's not the point of this course, but some of you guys know, right? And then you have consciously created beliefs that program your mind to be successful. This is what's going to have to happen, guys. There's two ways to create new beliefs, or there's 2 ways that the beliefs are created. There's 2 ways beliefs are created. Write this down, okay? Number 1 is through repetition. And number 2 is through emotion. So you want to have an emotional experience. And one thing that I love to do when it comes to affirmations, when it comes to beliefs, is I like to get myself in a really high feeling state. This is why I have you guys do push-ups. This is why I maybe go for a run, go for a walk, and we'll get a little bit into that in a later week. Recorded is like feeling good now, and what's important to feeling good now, because it's great if you have affirmations. It's great if you've chosen consciously created beliefs and programs, But if you're not feeling good, you're not getting the full effect. Okay. If you're not feeling good, you're not getting the full effect. So now we're going to get into affirmations. We're going to get affirmations. And when I first started doing affirmations, that's when everything changed for me, because I was in an environment, it was negative, it was not conducive to my growth. I was getting negativity, I was getting doubt put into my mind, stuff that I didn't need, right? People were in my environment that didn't need to be in my environment. And I realized I have to put personal development in my ears all the time, right? You're going to want to listen. I'm going to write this down as well. You're going to want to listen to audios all day, dude. Like if you have negative thoughts, you need to change what you're thinking. How do you change what you think? You got to change what goes into your mind. Okay. So you need to listen to those audios that I gave you in the last episode, and you're going to need to read the books. Okay. I'm going to read the books. Where are your, before I get into the affirmations, let's get into this, right? So like I said, okay, what is a belief? It's nothing more than a thought you think repeatedly. Okay. So where do your thoughts come from? Where do your thoughts come from? There's a couple places where your thoughts come from. They come from your environment, guys. They come from your environment. This is why we talk about programming your environment, right? So ask yourself 3 questions. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you speaking? And do the answers of those 3 questions correlate with your chief aim? Yes or no? Are you seeing your past? Or are you seeing your future? Okay, this is why we put images on the wall. It gets you to think about your future, therefore you create it. But if you don't see your future, if you don't have a clear vision of the future, you're left with the memories of your past, right? What are you hearing? Are you hearing negativity or positivity? Are you hearing just random programming in the news? Or are you hearing, at your affirmations? Are you hearing audios from people that are already having what you want? What are you speaking? Are you complaining or are you appreciating? Which one is it? See, whatever you appreciate increases. Whatever you speak grows. Use words wisely, guys. Use words to redirect your thoughts. Okay? Right? That makes sense, guys? Hopefully that makes sense. Right? Now, good. Let's get into affirmations. Okay? What is an affirmation? It's a phrase that you repeat. And I've found the best way to create new beliefs and to create new consciously created programs is by having a list of affirmations that I repeat every single day. And ideally every morning and every night. It's the best way I've found to do it, okay? And there's a certain time of day you're going to want to program these affirmations. You're going to do it right before you fall asleep, and right as you wake up. Why do you want to, and you have about a 30-minute window. You have about a 30-minute window where your brain waves are shifting from delta to theta when you're waking up, when you're asleep to when you're waking up, and then from alpha, well, depending on what brain, it depends on what brain you say you're in, right? Probably beta to theta or alpha to theta, depending on, probably beta, right? I think beta, right? It doesn't matter. The whole point is theta wave state. You're going to be in the theta wave state. And what is the theta wave state? It's when your conscious mind is essentially turned off. So instead of framing the info or judging it or labeling it, your brain or subconscious mind is activated and it automatically accepts the information that is suggested to it. Okay, this is why you say your affirmations and your goal right when you're falling asleep and right before you wake up, right when you wake up, because it's getting the information into your subconscious mind. Therefore, it becoming your dominant thoughts, your dominant frequency, meaning you're going to be walking around doing your thing throughout your day, and automatically your goal is going to be coming into your awareness, it's going to be coming into your mind. It's going to tune your frequency. Okay, this is why you want to say your affirmations. And what I have found, of course, do whatever works for you ultimately, but I'm going to tell you guys what's worked for me. Okay, you have your whiteboard. Like I said, you have your whiteboard as your chief aim, your next logical step, and your dream. You have your whiteboard with the basics. You have your whiteboard with feel good now. Whatever is important for you, write it down. Like for me, it was like, hey, I need to wake up early, or hey, I need to work out this many times. Like, I even have a habit tracker that I don't use it anymore because they've become habits. I don't have to do them anymore. Like, for example, you're trying to get in the habit of meditating. You're trying to get in the habit of affirmations. Write it down, dude. Like, put it in a checklist and put it on a whiteboard. It's in plain sight. Put it on the door, like your front door before you leave the house. Put your checklist right there. Put your chief aim right there. So you have to look at it. You have no choice but to see it. That's how you program your subconscious mind to think about what you want all of the time. All right. So what I have found to be powerful is if you have your chief aim, okay, and you repeat it for 68 seconds. And there's a very powerful activation that happens in your frequency when you repeat a phrase for 68 seconds. This is from Asking Is Given by Jerry Nestor Hicks, originally found in Napoleon Hill's work, The Law of Success, right? And what happens is you actually, when you repeat a phrase, you repeat a thought for 17 seconds, combustion occurs, which multiplies the energy of that thought, okay? And basically, the whole idea is the way law of attraction works is the first thing you're attracting is more like thoughts, right? The first thing you attract is more like thoughts, okay? So when you think about something for 17 seconds, that creates combustion in your mind, which multiplies, it attracts more like thoughts. So when you complete this, when you complete the cycle again, that's 34 seconds again. In each time it multiplies more. But what happens is when you think a like thought for as little as 68 seconds, what's happening is it's called planting a seed. And this is in level two gym training. You're planting a seed of your chief aim. And what's happening is it's becoming your dominant frequency, your dominant thought pattern. And automatically you will start thinking thoughts that relate to that thought automatically throughout the day. It happens automatically, and it'll be your core frequency, which is going to be what you're automatically pulsing out to the universe for the universe to send you back. So when you pulse out your chief aim every morning, every night, and as much as you can throughout the day, I mean, look, you have your chief aim called, you're like, okay, how long should I think about it, right? You're going to think about it for at least a minute and a half or 68 seconds, right? I like to do either 68 seconds or 90 seconds. They both work, right? 68 seconds. You're planting the seed of your chief aim, and whatever's relevant for you. Okay, maybe your next logical step is something that's smaller than chief aim. Plant the seed for 68 seconds. It becomes a dominant thought. That's right. So then once you have your chief aim frequency planted, that's going to be your dominant frequency. That's going to be what you've decided you're thinking about most of the time. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have a list of supplementary affirmations. Somewhere, up to you. You can have 10, maybe 20, maybe 30, maybe 40. Okay. And you're going to want to say them depending on whatever works for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times each. I like 3 times. I think 3 works the best. 3 times each, every morning and every night. And this will also begin to program itself into your field. And a lot of the phrases we went over in week 1, week 2, and week 3 with the clarity, with the basics, and now with the subconscious mind, a lot of these phrases, you could actually put that as an affirmation. You put those phrases, one of the phrases that I always say, and I'll give you guys a couple that you can use. I'm going to get into the next slide. Okay. A couple of phrases you can use, some ones that have been very, very powerful for me, is that, hey, you are not your thoughts, you are the presence experiencing you. A lot of times, if we're doubting ourselves, if we're holding ourselves back, it's because we are identifying with our thoughts. We think we are our thoughts. We believe, another thing I always said was, hey, you don't have to believe everything you think. You don't have to believe everything you think, okay? And this is a powerful phrase as well. Realize this, guys. If you are in a low vibration or frustrated or upset, don't believe your thoughts. Don't believe them, okay? Because yes, your thoughts come from your environment and come from your senses, okay? Your thoughts come from your environment. Your thoughts come from your environment, which is picked up by your senses. But also, your thoughts come from your frequency. Okay, your thoughts come from your frequency, and the esoteric understanding of this is like, hey, if you're feeling bad, you're gonna get demons in your head. If you're feeling good, you're gonna get angels in your head. Like that's another perspective, the way of looking at it. Or if you're feeling, this is, don't worry too much about your thoughts. Realize this. If you're feeling good, your thinking is correct. Okay? If you're feeling good, your thinking is correct. If you're feeling bad, you want to focus on feeling good. Okay? Focus on feeling good, because when you feel good now, your thoughts correct themselves. Feeling good corrects your thoughts automatically. It happens automatically. You don't have to think about it. It just does. We're going to get into feeling good now. It's either going to be in the next one or the one after. But I'm going to give you a basic little overview on why feeling good now is so important. Okay? And I kind of just went over it, to be honest. Feeling good now is your number one goal. I mean, number one, because you're going to be transmitting a better frequency. It's going to be easier for you to believe your goal, right? Because feeling good equals believing, feeling bad equals doubting. So feeling good is your number one goal. So if you're feeling frustrated and you feel like you don't want to do the work, that's because you're feeling bad. Your thoughts have you gone the wrong spiral. Okay. So if you're thinking, and what happens is you have a program that's running in your head. You have a program that's running in your head. And matter of fact, I'm going to get into how to squash this program. Okay. This is more of an advanced concept, but some of you guys will be ready for it now. And some of you guys may be watching the recording over and over again, and you'll get it. Okay. But if you're feeling bad, it's because a program is in your head telling you, hey, who do you think you are? You're not good enough. Why would you even try? You're a failure. You're a loser. Do you remember what happened last time? You know what I mean? These are programs that are in your head. And these programs are coming from past experiences, or they're coming from authority, or they're coming from the collective consciousness. That's the places they can come from. Okay. And what you want to do is when you realize you're about to take action, but something stops you, it's a program. So what you do is you visualize the program as a bug looking up at you. Look at you, whatever it is. Maybe it's a ladybug, maybe it's a fly, maybe it's a whatever it is. Visualize the program as a bug looking up at you. Okay, because if you're letting that program control you, because you have this image in your mind that it's so big that it's controlling you. So you want to make it smaller. It's a bug looking up at you. And what you want to do is remember this: whatever you resist persists. So if you avoid the program, it's going to stay there. But if you allow it to be there, feel it, you're going to heal it. You're actually going to release it. So what you do is you ask the bug to keep talking. Tell me more, and you're going to hear it. You're a failure. You're a loser. Who do you think you are? Why would you even try? You remember what happened last? You're going to hear the program running. Okay, and just let him talk. Say, keep going, bug. Keep going, bug, because the bug is stupid. He doesn't know you're about to squash him. He doesn't know you're about to squash him. And when the bug is done talking, what you do is you say cancel, squash the bug, and then you reprogram an affirmation on top. Okay, it's very powerful. It runs the program out. It releases the program, and you put a new program on top of it. Okay, very powerful process on changing the programs. Okay, and you're going to want to use, the thing is, guys, you don't need 1,000,000 affirmations. You don't need 100. You don't need 50. Like whatever works for you. I found like a good number for me is about 20 to 30. That I do about 3 times each, sometimes 5, but 3 times each is fine. And then you do the chief aim. Do the chief aim for 68 seconds, and then any other relevant thing I want to manifest quickly, I always plant the seed to 68 seconds. And it always works, guys. It works every time. Okay. Now, as we're getting into this, I do want to share with you guys, when you're transmitting the frequency of what you want, don't put a time frame on it. Don't put a time frame on it. Do not put a time frame on anything, okay? Because we don't get always what we want. We get what we're ready for. We don't always get what we want, but we get what we're ready for, okay? And the universe, a lot of times, is going to give you situations. A lot of times, if you're saying your goals, you're speaking your affirmations. If you're on path to achieve something, you're going to get a lot of tests on the way. You're going to get a lot of distractions along the way. You're going to see, the universe is going to test you to see if you're really focused. Okay, maybe you have karma as well. You can have karma, but don't put a time frame on anything. That's important. You don't need a date on your goal. It's not on you, because the universe is going to bring everything into your experience at perfect speeds for you. Do not put a time frame on anything. You see, accept your now as it is without expectation. Without expectation. See, if you're feeling good, it'll all work out. Don't worry about the radar. The radar screen is irrelevant. You know, you can look at it from this perspective, right? There are 2 sides of the coin. There are 2 sides of the coin. You are either focusing on your radar, which is current situation, or you are focusing on your goal, acting as if it's already done. You see, whichever one you're focusing on, you're thinking about, and you're vibrating. Whichever one you're vibrating, that's what the universe is going to send you. And the universe is going to send you, okay, the universe is going to send you circumstances, situations, events, and people that match the frequency that you are pulsing out, okay? So what you want to do is you want to plant the seed of your chief aim, and then just detach from outcome. You don't have to think about it all day long, But when you do think about it for 68 seconds and transmit the frequency and focus on feeling good. When you feel good, you will get inspired thoughts. You're going to get ideas. Okay. This is where you must follow your intuition. This is where you follow your internal guidance system. Follow your internal guidance system. Okay. Your internal guidance system is your intuition, and it is the compass to the future version of you that's already achieved your goal. Okay. Your internal guidance system is the compass to the future version of you. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an esoteric breakdown. A lot of you guys follow me for the esoteric content. You may enjoy this breakdown. Okay, this is you in the now moment. Okay, your internal guidance system is the compass to your future self. But realize this: the quantum field, right? The quantum theory of reality, which has been proven true, by the way, says that all possible futures exist. All possible futures already exist in the quantum field. So you choosing your chief aim is choosing a timeline and choosing a future version of you. And so long that you keep thinking about it, you continue energizing it, and will ultimately create that reality. Okay? You ultimately create that reality. So your job is to know what you want and want it bad enough to continue thinking about it all the time and feel like you already have it. Take action on inspired thoughts, right? Use the next logical step, right? The priority manager, right? Your subconscious mind. Do this, guys, for, you see, do it for 7 days. It's gonna start to become a habit. Do it for 21 days. It's gonna be automatic. Do it for 90 days. You'll be on autopilot, man. You'll be on autopilot. You see. Autopilot. So it's important here. This is week 3. We have 8 weeks in this program. It's important you take action on the information you learn as soon as you learn it, and you want to start applying it into your daily routine, and your daily rituals. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple rituals you can add into your daily routine. Right, like I said, I like to call it. You can either call it a morning routine, a night routine, a rising ritual, astral ritual. That's what I like to call them. Maybe a self-love routine. Name it however you want to name it. Okay, that's not the point. Name it however you want to name it. But what you want to do is do the same thing every day, every morning, every night. For me, it's meditation, it's affirmations, it's journaling. I do that every morning, every night, no matter what. And it's appreciation. You gotta be grateful. What are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? Whatever it is for you. Keep it simple. Because it's not about, saying, oh, dang, I got to get this routine. I got to put 10 things on there. It's like, you got to make sure you can actually do it. Okay. You got to make sure you can actually do it, because you don't want to break agreements with yourself. You don't want to make it too difficult. You want to make it easy for yourself to win. Realize, guys, there are no rules in life other than the rules you create in your own mind. So you want to make it easy for you to win. Make it easy for you to win. Okay. But what you're going to want to do, no matter what, every AM and PM, right? As you wake up, as you fall asleep, you must do these 2 things, right? This is non-negotiable. Do these 2 things, right? 2 things. Do the appreciation drill. What am I thankful for? For 1 to 2 minutes. And then do this. Plant a seed of chief aim for 1 to 2 minutes, okay? And if I were being honest, what else I would add to that is dream building. Look at the dream board. Maybe do the affirmations. Maybe it's read. Maybe it's a cold shower. These are just ideas. Like, do what you want to do. For me, meditation is very powerful. I get into meditation a little bit more on I believe it's week 7. Week 7 on meditation. We get into very deeply on how to use the power of your intuition, how to tap into your third eye, how to listen to spirit, how to get really super intuition. I go over all of that in the meditation stuff. And the intuition is a little bit more advanced. Man, guys, as it stays, man, this is week 3. You have a lot of information for you that can really change your life. So it's important that we take action on this. Do the right things long enough consistently. Do the right things long enough consistently. I believe, yep, that's going to close out this training. To close this out, guys, stay tuned for the live call we're going to do. You're receiving this video, I believe, let's see, June 15th. Today is June 15th. Maybe you're watching on the 16th. Hopefully you're watching it June 15th, whatever. You're watching it, right? The manifestation playbook is coming out. It's maybe already launched by now. June 15th, you're going to get the recording, which is right now. And on June 18th, live on Zoom, right? The Q&A on this session, plus any other questions you may have, okay? Based on your unique situation and your goals, okay? With that being said, guys, you can follow me for more on Instagram at infiniteabundance777. If you have something super urgent, you can't wait till Friday, send me a message. With that being said, guys, we will see you in the next one.